Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the pre-stream. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet and get into the gameplay as soon as humanly possible because I am so late today. But let me explain what happened, because a lot of people already are saying, gee, what happened? What forced Phil to be late today? Basically, here's what happened. So last night, getting ready for bed, okay, which typically at this point, Leanna and I are going to sleep between 2 and 3 a.m. our local time, and then we get up between, say, 10 and 11 a.m. our local time to prepare for the first stream, which starts between 11:30 and 12 a.m. or 11:30 and 12 p.m. typically. That's the goal we're going for, and eventually we'd even like to be able to get up earlier, but we need to get used to going to sleep at a different time, and yada, yada, yada. So anyway, last night we're winding down. It's about 2 a.m., and I remember I'm, brushing my teeth. I'm getting ready for bed. And my phone vibrates, and I look and I say, uh-oh, what is this? And I look, and it's an email from American Express saying that I had made an over $700 purchase at Macy's, and this was my account alert that this charge had been made. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that here where it's 2 a.m., I did not just make a $200 or $700 purchase at Macy's. So I had, unfortunately, the unfortunate situation where I had to deal with it in the middle of the morning. So I had to call Macy's. First woman I get on the line says that she cannot do anything about it because this charge is not posted yet. And I said, what does that mean? She says, well, what happens is they get an electronic notice in advance that a charge is coming. And that is what that was, and that's why I got the alert. But it didn't technically post yet, meaning the charge doesn't actually exist yet. If it does post later this week, I should call back and check to see if it posted and talk to them again. And I said, now let me get this straight. You emailed me at 2 in the morning my time to tell me someone charged $700 to my card. I'm calling you to tell you it's not legit, and you're telling me there's nothing you can do to help me, that I have to remember later this week to call you again. Why can't you just do it now? And she said, I'm sorry, sir, there's nothing I can do. I said, all right, fine, have it your way. Immediately, I want this card canceled. Send me a replacement with all new numbers and everything, because it's obvious someone must have gotten their hands on this card somehow, because I didn't charge $700 in the middle of the morning. It's preposterous, okay? But then I hang up, and now it's like almost, 3 in the morning, and I'm all stressed out. And I'm like, now wait a minute. This bullshit. Because, this week, you guys know, especially with my schedule this week, how busy it's going to be, right? And, it's going to be crazy amounts of gaming and stuff. No, I'm not going to immediately think, oh, gee, I have to go call American Express again every day to see if this fucking charge posted. This is bullshit. I want this taken care of. There should be a level of customer service where they take care of it. Not that the customer has to stay on top of it every day. So, I go into the bedroom, and Leanna is, in there tired, but she's not asleep yet because she wanted to know what happened. And I explained to her what happened. And I said, but unfortunately, it's not done yet. I'm going to call them back. I'm going to ask for a manager this time, and I'm going to say I want this elevated and taken care of tonight, not 3 days from now that I have to call every day to get it taken care of. So I walk in. As I'm walking into the bedroom, unfortunately, I slip, and my knee smashes into the corner of the bedpost, and I'm standing there like, oh, God, I could barely stand. My knee is killing me. I had to sit down like, oh, fuck me, I smashed my knee real freaking bad, right? But of course, my night's not over. So I head back into my office while Leanna goes to sleep. I head back into my office. I call back American Express again. And my knee is throbbing at this point. I know that it's pretty bad. It's going to end up swelling up or whatever. So I call them back. I say, that's it. I just want this elevated to a manager. So they give me a manager. And I explain the situation to the manager, and I say, I find it hard to believe that you have a credit card that, number one, obviously it's easy to steal it, the number or whatever, because someone got it, and someone's charging stuff to my account. So first of all, that's your fault. That's your company. You don't have good security measures. But what I don't see how you could not have customer service to the level where if you see a fraudulent charge and the customer tells you there's a fraudulent charge, the customer has to keep calling you every day to see if it posted. How about you take care of it? Like, isn't that what you get paid for? Why else do you have a customer service department? And so this manager says, all right, sir, well, what I'll do, I have a calendar here, and I'm going to personally write down your phone number on this calendar. And every day this week, once a day, I will check your account to see if this charge posted. And if and when it does post, I will call you back, and then I will need your permission to say that this is a fraudulent charge and have this taken care of. So I'm just like, oh, okay, so now, if I don't hear from them by the end of the week, now am I still going to have to call? Because what if this manager is just saying this and doesn't really check every day? Like, this is ridiculous. I mean, we're in 2014. It's the digital age. Everything is digital. Yet you can't have a fucking system in place that if a customer tells you that a charge is coming through to just deny it? No, the charge actually has to post first. Like, what the fuck? It's so dumb. It's absolutely so dumb. Really. What that means, what that tells me is that American Express has an infrastructure, right? Whatever system they use is insufficient for the modern age. You know? It would be like this. Imagine that someone calls a school with a bomb threat and says, well, you know, I'm going to bomb your school and I'm probably going to do it sometime this week. You know, have a nice day. And so you're like, okay, well, we know there's a bomber coming to the school sometime this week, but because the bomber isn't physically there yet, there's nothing we can do about it. We're just going to wait for the bomber to actually show up and try to bomb the school, instead of taking any kind of precautions to prevent it from happening. Like, you know what I mean? Now, of course, that's a super extreme analogy where people would die, but if your business is based off of credit and finance and money, and you're told in advance that a fraudulent thing is taking place, you don't put anything in place to stop it. It just has to happen first. You know what I mean? It makes no fucking sense. It seriously makes no sense. So there you go. I mean, it's this. What kind of a business is this? It makes absolutely no sense. But so anyway, so I'm up all night, and you know, I didn't get to sleep till I'd say almost 4 in the morning, if not later. And you know, obviously I didn't get a sound sleep. In fact, unfortunately, Leanna woke me up multiple times saying, Phil, you're snoring in your sleep. And usually, I mean, I have snored from time to time, but usually I snore when there's something wrong, like I'm under a lot of stress, or, you know, something going on, I'm sick. Then I'll snore a lot. Apparently I was snoring nonstop to the point where Leanna was so bothered by it, she had to leave the room and sleep downstairs on the couch. So that's pretty messed up, you know? And so obviously I didn't get a sound sleep. I probably was waking up constantly in the middle of the night. And so finally I woke up at the time I was supposed to get up, and I felt awful. I felt super tired. My knee was throbbing. I just felt like crap. So that was my night. That was my fun night. So anyway, I apologize everyone for the incredibly late start. Alright, that's the story. I wanted to tell you the story so you weren't just left hanging wondering what was going on. But obviously now I'm super late. So what we're going to be doing is playing about 90 minutes to 2 hours on this stream. Then I'm going to take a break, and I even talked to Leanna. She's like, well, you know, at this point, to get stuff together to cook or whatever, and you're already running behind. I said, you're right. So what we're going to do, we're going to run out and grab food really quickly between the streams, and then I'm going to finish Resident Evil 2, Claire's Scenario B, on the second stream tonight. So that is the situation. That's how it's going to work. It's going to be right now a half an hour, or not half an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours of gameplay, taking a break to get food, and immediately when I get back from eating dinner, restarting and finishing up Resident Evil 2 B-side. Because let's face it, tomorrow we got some big stuff. Between the Dark Souls 2 DLC, The Walking Dead Episode 4, and then, you know, Abe's the new Oddworld game, the indie game coming out on PC. There's tons of stuff this week, and I cannot be held up now from beating Resident Evil 2 because some bullshit with this credit card getting hundreds of dollars of fraudulent charges fucking with me. Okay? Okay. Alright, everybody. So let's end the pre-stream and let's get this show on the road because we are short on time. Sounds good? Oh, I do see some people are like, oh, and out to eat like usual. That's actually not true. What you guys don't know is that 4 times this past week we actually cooked. We made a big pizza with healthy, fresh ingredients. We made the zucchini that you saw in a video. We made a homemade grilled cheese sandwiches with all kinds of good ingredients that we also made a video of, and I haven't uploaded it yet. I was going to upload it today. I'm going to see if I can squeeze that in. And then yesterday we actually made these flatbread pizzas, sauceless flatbread pizzas with fresh ingredients as well, prosciutto and onions and all kinds of stuff like that. So actually this past week, 4 out of the 7 days we did not eat out, and we're going to try to increase that as we move along. But the problem is, when you get something like today, now we're already running behind. We're going to have little time to be cooking. So, all right. So there you have it. Let's end this let's end this pre-stream and let's get started.